We hopefully solved the last case of John Morley. 3 years ago, we played a game called Charon's Staircase, a little kind of puzzle game with a horror aesthetic, which is interesting. This is by the same devs, and the devs did provide a key for today's stream, so thank you to them for that. Curious to see what this one's all about. It looks more detective-y, but we might get into some horror and some puzzles as well. We also got some new exciting music to listen to. Okay, I was like, please let me have time to read this. In the depths of darkness, he awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath his unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive. The kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breath. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand, the weight of an unknown terror pressing down on him. Somewhere, in the depths of the trees, he could hear it. Something was following him. He awoke with poop in his pants. Time buries all truths beneath shadows, but the past always has a way of clawing its way back to the surface, demanding to be heard, no matter the cost. Somebody check his pants. Ooh. Looking a little wintry. Oh, that sensitivity is crazy high. Hold on. Do we have a sensitivity? Let's go like 5. We're gonna drop this down. Oh, it's still just a little up there. The main menu music was a little deceptive. All right, we'll see how that is. That's a little better.
I know it's following me. I can feel it.
Whoop. It feels like somebody's trying to sell me something.
I shouldn't have taken such a risk.
A risk, you say? Oh, I can't just walk. Okay. I thought there'd be more invisible walls there. Oh my god. I'm totally spooked. Something's following me. Oh my god. My car's extended warranty.
It's coming from the river.
I don't even have a car. Oh, okay, there is an invisible wall there. Okay. Oh yeah, I can sprint. Some fancy light bulbs for a bridge. Where's the power coming from, huh? Yeah, like a generator under this bridge? What's going on? I'm very startled right now. It's a nice looking forest. Oh, well, that tree's dead. Think there's any turkeys out in these woods?
If it catches me, it will show no mercy.
Or why did someone just leave lanterns laying around? Maybe that's the last case. Maybe that's what we're here to solve.
I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
He sounds a little like Mandus from Machine for Pigs. I mean, not yelling as much, but
I should be able to see its light soon.
maybe not. A house.
At last. I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Well, that tree's not in the ground at all. What that tree doing, huh? Was that Keanu Reeves? What's Keanu doing in the woods, huh? What that guy doing, huh? Oh, okay. Last day in the hospital. The piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wounds still ached, but he felt no regrets. Despite the accident, he'd brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that the duty of any good private detective? You're breathtaking. Oh my God.
Private detective.
John Morley.
It was a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures,
Look at them feet.
blasted nurses,
Not out for free.
pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox. Today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end
Red Shoes murder.
every night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop.
Damn, I was about to buy some red shoes today, too.
It appears you're awake at last.
Hello.
I had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
A lady. Oh. Clothes in the woman.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Whoa. New key clue unlocked. Medical discharge. Date of discharge 5th February 1945. Following surgical intervention on the prefrontal cortex and subsequent recovery, the patient's physical and psychological evaluations have returned satisfactory results. No impairments have been identified that would inhibit the patient from resuming normal daily activities. The following medications have been prescribed to manage potential residual symptoms. Chlorpromazine. Whoa. This patient is advised to adhere to the dosage. Yep. I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit. That was a little quiet. Let's go up to like 50. We'll turn this stuff down a wee bitch.
Story of my life. Nearly broke. That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
It's me, Mr. Broke.
Blimey, it's nearly noon.
Blimey.
I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's... I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. And there's notes from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in the hospital for ages, and I've been left skint. No wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace, but the other day, Dr. Forner rang and said they were finally going to let you out, so I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been to the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old moldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. Hope you understand, but I've left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. 2 days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you. Penny.
I don't blame her, though.
Damn it, Penny.
Mess. I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Oh, no. He got friend-zoned by his secretary.
I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles. I usually use the Windsor knot.
Penny Robinson.
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
Nope.
These do a fine job of hiding any belly. Can't complain about that. Looks brand new. The collar's pristine. Well-structured shoulders, nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes.
And not Penny's.
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
Patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative objectives. Surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETD-03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Upon completion of final test, provided that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. Okay. Oh, Penny.
I'd better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Sup, girl? How you doing? Come here often? I can't talk to you? Okay.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
John Morley's office. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney, and Southwark rang in the ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreparable loss of his assistant, Penny. He needs a penny for his thoughts.
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise. Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new.
Whoa, reference to the other game.
Hospital stints give me
Here on Staircase.
Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Stop spitting, everybody. Yeah, everyone, stop spitting. The Naughty Cat. Oh my god. Live jazz, champagne, scandalous nights. Open every night from dusk to dawn. Soho, London. Oh my god. Sign me up. Madame Marux. Tarot reading and psychic visions. Whoa. Indigo stories. Detective Morley. Colonel Peter Sanders, best-selling author, a master of the mystery novel. 7 Doors.
Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note.
Oh my god. She wasn't fibbing. The London Gazette. Detective John Morley has solved the intricate case of the Jade Mask. Whoa. God, I'm so famous. Detective John Morley solves the sinister Black Letters case. Department of World Language and Literatures. Detective John Morley uncovers the truth behind the Widow's Staircase.
The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many.
Wipe away the debt.
Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the Black Letters case.
E.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "Punch Me" written all over it.
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring. Try to sweet talk her into coming back.
Yeah, she ain't coming back.
New client brings in some decent dough. Maybe I could settle what I owe her, and use a little charm to win her over.
Detective John Morley has solved the case of the spurned mistress.
The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Smoking. Some shoes. Oh, it's just the red shoe killer. Is there anything else to look at? Oh man. Oh, okay. It's a motel. I thought we had a sign that said like Morley outside. Wait. Is it supposed to be a city outside? So I see some wood paneling and then just pure nature. It's a nice motel sign. Maybe it's supposed to be like a dirt road or something.
My desk. Strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me.
Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
Whoa.
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
Case closed. Oh, and during the game, we just started. We just got into it, so we'll see.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
Shouldn't he know how to open his desk?
Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Okay, I'm going to type Morley. Where is the M? Okay, I just had to type it a couple times. It's a fun game, that's all I can say. Okay.
The Scarlet Page.
Yeah, someone enjoyed their their last title, so I'm curious to see what this one's about.
While I was away.
Hello.
Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavor to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case.
£30,000?
£30,000 if you can
In 1945?
killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley.
So what's the conversion on that?
Will you
Was it in today's money?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
Yo, was reckon next point. Where's your husband? It's my first question. Who has the motive?
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately,
2 mil.
I had taken
Is that for the
sleeping draft
30,000 or
of
for the
slumber.
60,000
It
together?
is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But
Murderer.
neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody, the delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
The numbers don't
I believe I have all the
lie.
information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow.
Shoosh.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
Man, you just take a case and you get $1 million. Holy. Okay. I mean, his first thought is, where's the husband? What happened to the dad? Usually a detective story like this, it's going to be somebody close by that has a motive. When it's a daughter that's dead, it's like maybe the dad did it. Or a lover. I guess we'll find out. Shadows from the past. The visit from Countess Margaret of Fordside was just what John needed. A case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident. Though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride, he arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken. It was me. I knew it. Lock him up. There's also the possibility that John Morley was the killer. And now she's coming to get me to self-incriminate myself.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows
Inscrutable.
in the moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Whoa, that's a cool little screenshot right there. Whoop. It's my car. Should probably turn it off. I don't think we want to leave it running. Whoa. Ah, my eyes. Why is the moon so bright? Oh, a good screenshot right there. That leaf floating down. They got a moat and everything. Damn. Hello.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. Oh no. We're not solving a mystery, we're being institutionalized.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
There's gonna be a lot of reading. Oh my god. Westland Society of Fine Arts, 15th February 1923. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at our gallery. It features several works by your daughter, Miss Elodie? How do they pronounce it? Elodie? Miss Elodie Fortside. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fortside's paintings to be a highly disturbing nature. We received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking that the artwork has caused distress to their children. Some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There's a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It's with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fortside's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment, but we feel it necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We'd be honored to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fortside's art, where her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience. We trust you'll understand our position in this delicate matter. We look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience.
It seems Elodie had a passion for
Yeah, Elodie.
but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it. The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find a blue moon, fitting for a place haunted by its own. Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
Man, not even holding it like out, holding it like up here. That's crazy work for your arm. Alright, if you want to challenge while watching this, hold your arm up every time with the lantern out, just like this. See how long you can hold it there. Follow the trail of green lights to investigate past events. Alright, we'll do that in a second. Just look around. Is that a medkit? Well, look at that painting. You know, that one really speaks to me. So I look when I look in the mirror. Fordside.
The Fordside family crest. A rampant dragon. A time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh. Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
One screenshot of this painting. Just from holding that? Yeah, that's crazy work. Okay. Let's read this.
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Move the cursor to the edge of the screen to go back. Oh. Oh. Okay, it's just the different pages. An astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who had died giving birth. From the moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. Your telescope's looking at the sun, that cannot be good for your eyes. This concentrated sun. Lady Eleanor Fordside. Wait. What? Spurs, yeah, 1842, she died giving birth. Maybe this is the daughter named the same thing? Shrapnel scar on her cheek, hands hardened by the iron and mud of baklava. In the roar of Crimean cannons, her silver medical kit now stained with gunpowder and memory, held not only wounds, but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. They say she swore to protect that secret and that the oath still lingers within these walls. Man with a prominent nose and a wandering soul. What a way to describe somebody. Steps traced paths where only blank maps had once lain. Cartographer to Queen Victoria, he devoted his life to naming the unnameable. Jungles that swallowed expeditions, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe now cracked by time, and the salt of 1,000 seas, bears between its meridians the scars of a man who preferred to get lost rather than return. Oh, classic dad energy. Pianist with ethereal hands and a drowned heart. After losing her beloved to the wreck in the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on the ebony music stand in the library. I think we're just going to put all these facing the right path. I think he's going to want to face the globe. This guy's globin'. Just gonna look at the stand over here. She looking for the medkit? Merglurb. He's looking at the telescope, which is over there. We're globing. We're globing. Man, I love video games. So I feel like a private detective would just smash the window open instead of moving all the stuff around, but you know. M'lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. Joan Merver, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
What the heck? Oh my god.
Housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office.
And the same lipstick for 20 years?
An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter?
Okay. Housekeeper wants to meet with the Countess. Maybe she realized that there's some infidelity going on.
A globe resting in
A globe.
sand.
It's a globe, all right.
2 chairs. One of them knocked over.
No. Wow. What does that mean?
It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
Okay. Her bag is packed.
Tess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Something on the fire.
Lady Fortside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
My lady, I've reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household. Since the reign of King William IV, my family has served Bloomsbury with unwavering loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late the house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It's no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, signifying something offered or consecrated. We're vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you will know the reasons why. And you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I, too, understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you understand my reasons. As family says, Fasta, best wishes.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
So we're just assuming this is like his just mind detective reasoning, that he can just put all this together. Is it happening that way? And not that he's actually seeing into the past.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess. Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy.
Do they?
It was undoubtedly a better time.
Is that the face of happiness?
This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
British passport.
An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world.
Lady Margaret Fordside, I'm writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Elodie's progress. It's with great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elodie now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided and she has begun to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elodie has asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I will continue to keep you informed of her progress. Respectfully, Dr. Mulder. For like a split second, I glanced at that. I said Dr. Murder. I was like, wow, that's quite the name. Chief Psychiatrist, Westland Asylum.
Was committed to a psychiatric facility. but she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
She's got the diamonds in her. She got the diamonds. Whoa, the tree in here. What? Okay. It's a lovely statue.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
She hasn't been here in 20 years. Which begs the question, who lit the candle?
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A grand ship on the open sea. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. This door appears to lead out to the back garden. Locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key.
Is this the key? Drawing and dining room. Milady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I'm capable of the task, but I must inform you that it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specially crafted in the city, and I must first commission the necessary plans. What you're asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. And Area C, kitchen and servant quarters. Provided a sample mechanism for Area C adhering to your original concept, I would greatly appreciate a prompt response so I may proceed with ordering the remaining mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas. Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay.
Okay, dude.
Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Whoa. Screenshot this. Okay, let's just look around some more. We need a code. Okay, so that's still forced WASD. Got it. Try 7? No. I think not, because I am a brilliant detective. Who knows the answer is really 6, 7. Got him. Whoa. Oh, hey, look. This is what chat looks like when I make a 6-7 joke.
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
Oh, okay. So we need to... Yep, this is the... Trace the tree's journeys. Okay.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
Okay, let's look for some more trees. More trees. The tree, but that's like a fully grown tree. We don't want a fully grown tree. That's decayed.
Those poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
Lord Forsyth disappears under mysterious circumstances. It's not sus at all. Dad goes missing. Someone shows up in the middle of the night, kills the daughter.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for? Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews.
Seaman.
It's open to the pages under S.
Let's do some detective work.
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming.
Gross.
I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
I don't know, Dad got jealous and killed her before she could run away.
I'm so happy.
So he's so old.
Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him.
It's a problematic age gap.
To visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
Oh, okay.
They looked so in love. So happy.
So happy.
What became of Walter after Elodie died?
So he can see into the past then. Because he was just reading her journal. He wouldn't know that they looked happy unless he physically saw them. Unless he's constructing a mind palace version of them and assuming that they're happy. Oh, a box of taters. And a bucket of goop.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason.
Oh, snackies?
Definitely happened here. Was it a struggle? These broken chairs. Someone must have held them to the ground with great force.
Or your mom sat on them. Got him.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
I mean, it looks like it just fell on the floor. It looks perfectly fine, actually. Oh, crowbar.
Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
Yo, Luna, this is the last case of John Morley. We're solving the case of a girl that died here 20 years ago.
A silver knife is missing.
No.
around, it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
I think you might like all the art in this game. It's got a very dark. Okay, well that's just a black image. You know, there's some very morose paintings. It's pretty interesting so far. I'm feeling that the story may not turn out to be so great, but, you know, we'll see. Oh. The AI, is it?
Looks like the crowbar is broken.
That is a shame, then.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion.
To all staff members by order of Lady Fordside, following the funeral of her beloved daughter Elodie, you are kindly requested to proceed to the main hall of the estate, where you shall receive a payment equal to 3 months' wages. This gesture, your service to his household shall come to an end. Lady Forsyte extends her deepest gratitude for her loyalty and devoted service. Games are AI? Okay. Fair, I did not look at their Steam page. I just emailed their devs. Scissors balanced in the sink. Oh, look at that.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
How do you even do that? How do you get that stuck? Okay. Well, we got double toilets. Oh my god. So cute. But this is also like a sink. Wait, what? It's a sink toilet. That's crazy. I guess it could also be like a really old-fashioned bidet if you position yourself right.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
What's the recipe, though? Is it for murder? No. For laundry... I don't know what that says. Excellence in housework, English servant. Okay.
A backgammon board. One of the oldest board games.
Okay. Man, this guy's a brilliant detective. Some tarots.
Apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Attention staff, while the installation of the new security system is in the blah 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 areas 34982. Okay. Take that back upstairs.
Is there someone else in the house?
Oh, this is probably just a figment of my imagination.
The devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
What do you mean you don't think he saw you? He walked right towards you with a lantern in your hand. Because that was the guy that attacked me in the woods, so I think it's just PTSD. From what I remember of their last game, I mean, it's been like 3 years since we played it. There's like a horror aesthetic, but there's never actually like a chase sequence or a monster or anything like that. I'd say this game couldn't do that, but... Okay, which side's B? Okay, it's just at the top. That's A. Three, 4, 9. The last one was care on staircase. Played it on the channel 3 years ago.
Another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Do we still have the crowbar? Apparently not.
This must be Walter Brandon's room. The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
What on earth happened? Did Walter also see the mysterious man with the knife? It's absurd. This occurred 20 years ago. Surely that man can't still be lurking about. Can he?
No.
The painting of a ship. Unmistakably in Elodie's style.
Brother, how do you see that?
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum. A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
There's more to look at with the time stuff? I guess not. I feel like there should be more over here. Oh, there's a window.
Coming was a grave mistake. He has followed me.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Waiting to surprise me.
Hello.
I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me.
Reminds me of the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob.
Obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
Grrr.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
I don't think sailors had that kind of reputation in 1945. They're not classy men of the world.
The last entry in the diary. Dated the very night of the murder.
Oh, okay. Look close there.
Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship,
It's a nice turtleneck.
See? All my world, just to be by your side, as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
It's a bad plan.
Terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats.
Oh.
Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply.
Yeah, I'm still just saying it's dad. Oh, okay.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
Nice little greenhouse over here. Oh my god, so cute. Bloody footprints.
It's clear that the man who killed Elodie discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape. Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
We're just gonna pick it up with our bare hands. Am I wearing gloves? No. No, I am not.
This ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs. Just by Walter Brandon's room.
So every crowbar is a one-time use thing? Interesting. Wait, why is there a fallen tree here? The tree fell and then they built the greenhouse around it?
A filthy coat, soaked in some kind of blackened, hardened
Oh my god.
aged over time.
Hello, buddy. Is there more I need to do with you? So green. Yo, Rosser, what's going on?
The gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
In classic video game fashion, of course you can't just climb the fence, you know, that would be too crazy. Gotta find the key. Spooky things? I mean, this is just an aesthetic. It's not really actually a horror game, I don't think.
At that old fountain in the garden.
Enjoy the lurk.
Now little more than a basin of stagnant water. One can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body.
So we can open up the other room. Oh my god, look, they sculpted me. They put me in the game chat. Easter egg. To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there. Exhausted, yet sleepless. Laboring without pause, shut away for days on end without food or rest. Carving his final, dreadful, and chilling masterpiece. Those eyes, mad, haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every Fordside heir without exception. Same very My brain's enigmatic. Can't say that word today. Sorrowful gaze, I find myself recognizing more and more in Elodie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she, too, was lost. I cursed this wretched inheritance, so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I should take Elodie to the sanatorium, therapy in a controlled environment. Perhaps then she might be beginning to improve. Shall not allow the Forsyte legacy to take Elodie from me as well. 25741. Yo, Cat. It's a new game. It came out today. It's brand spanking new.
Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the pulp.
Liquor bottles. I hardly know her.
Whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. And said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself.
It's been kind of debunked.
A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels.
You know, it's 1945. They still believe in everything.
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt. But his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
Okay, so we got the code for the other side.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key. Him again. Who the
Hello.
hell are you?
He's just standing there. Menacingly.
I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house.
What? He's gone. Is this the Countess's room? Not sure why he said that.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening. Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
Look at this bed, though. So fancy.
The bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Did they know what a panic attack was in 1925? That feels like a more modern term. Are they aware of the concept of a panic attack? Hysteria? Yeah. Oh.
Something made of glass is shattered here.
Oh my god, what is that noise? It's coming from Elodie's room.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my god, Elodie!
Lady
Ooh, a fire poker.
quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elodie's room. A key. Likely the one to Elodie. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me? The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers.
I don't feel like things have really gotten any more convoluted than not knowing anything at all, but, you know. Maybe I was just born to be a private detective. Oh, that's blood. Okay. It looks like ink.
A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now.
I mean, it looks pretty fresh, honestly.
It was the scene of the crime.
Wow.
A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic. Photograph of Elodie Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum.
What am I missing to click on here? Oh, chair.
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. Surely the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened.
There's a visible chair here on the floor.
A teacup on the bedside table.
Yep, that's how I sleep too.
That night,
On top the covers with my shoes on.
to sleep. The door's lock, completely broken,
Oh, hello.
indicates someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake.
And she's still asleep.
Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair.
One thing worse than sleeping with shoes on is sleeping with chains on.
The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases
This face.
from the mantelpiece. On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie. Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was already dead.
No.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
You can't keep cutting to this face, man. Okay, that one might be worse. Feels like it's like a wrap up. We're getting another recap of everything that happened.
One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon,
Oh,
the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elodie Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
That Brandon fella. Okay. Lament of the Forgotten. The old sanatorium loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a monument to forgotten suffering. It stood like a sleeping giant, its walls steeped in the horrors of another age. John knew that crossing its threshold meant stepping into the labyrinth of the human mind, where the madness of some and the cold indifference of others had turned places like this into a breeding ground for nightmares. A creeping unease settled in as he neared the entrance, a whisper of dread curling at the edges of his thoughts. Yet he pressed on. He needed answers, and he was certain they lay waiting in the dark. Whoa. Too spooky.
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road.
Burn.
But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival?
How would anyone know you're coming? The lantern still? I don't think I do.
The front door, sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
Gilbert, I'm leaving now. I've gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have had to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading to the back courtyard remains. I've covered it up a bit, but I'm sure you'll remember where it is. The kitchen window is broken, and quite frankly, I don't believe anyone will come to mend it. You should be able to get in through there without any trouble. Take care.
So, there's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
What? Hidden walls. What is this? Classic Doom? I got someone's home.
Oh, bloody hell. It's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen.
Over? We're making all the noise in the world.
The lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
Well, I couldn't even use that before.
Some of the rooms are completely trashed. I didn't expect the asylum to be in such a state of decay. A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall.
He seemed like a kind of competent detective initially. He's seeming kind of less as it goes on.
May 1922. This letter was written half a year before Elodie's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time.
To Dr. Mulder, Director of the Westland Sanatorium. Sir, in view of the escalating violent incidents within this institution since the arrival of patient B03, we, the undersigned, feel it is our duty to express the following concerns on behalf of the sanitary support staff. Patient B03 requires specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in an isolation cell. Access to shared or public spaces should be allowed only under the supervision of 2 attendants equipped with tranquilizing injectables. The recent incidents have underscored grave deficiencies in this institution's security measures, revealing its unpreparedness to house patients with such high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital administration to implement decisive measures without delay. Should our concerns remain unaddressed, we will be compelled to escalate this matter to the National Asylum Workers Union. There's a National Asylum Workers Union? I don't believe that for a second. Which has been made aware of our grievances. Respectfully, Nurse Florence Norman, on behalf of the sanitary support staff.
The nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B03. Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days.
The girl? How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elodie Fortside? Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
Is this me? This is gonna be me. Is that a Windsor knot? You mentioned a Windsor knot earlier on in the game. Maybe I was the dad all along. Oh my god. To all staff and family members of the patients. On the forthcoming Tuesday, the 6th of April, 1932, and as previously announced, the closure of the institution shall take place. Within the span of 1 month, the sanatorium shall be fully closed and the patients will be transferred to other hospitals in the area according to their individual needs. As for the staff, you may request any outstanding payments and the severance compensation proportional to the time worked at the administration office. We shall remain open for 1 additional week following the closure from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For your convenience, we kindly request that you schedule an appointment, blah, 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 blah.
10 years ago. Judging by the state it's in, they probably had no choice but to close. It's locked. Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors.
And go back here. We need another 5-digit code.
This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Pursuant to the established protocols and regulations of Westland Asylum, in preparation for the forthcoming annual report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Leonor Chardonnat will retain custody of the patient records for a duration of 5 days. Hours of 9.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
There's a lot of reading to do in this game.
We must formalize the admission of Miss Elodie Fortside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
Okay, so is it going to be the doctor? Also, is this not the nurse from the beginning of the game? Probably just reused the model, but... The doctor got jealous he was going off with someone else and so she got stabbed to death. Oh my gossip. Where's that coming from? Sounds like it's upstairs. Is there a phone in here? A phone over here? Oh, there's a phone. Okay, that was...
Hello?
Strange.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
So why are you calling here?
Right, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention.
I'm the murderer.
I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
Not super sus.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Ah, no. I'm scared now. That's hella sus. She called my office, and then when I wasn't there, went all the way to the mansion looking for me, didn't find me, and then called here? I'm not buying it. Hello?
Is someone there? Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah? What is that? Open door, cold to warm. Eternal memorandum. I love classic memos. Due to the increasingly precarious state of the electrical network, which, as you are all aware, is far too aged and no longer fit for safe operation. And given the impending closure of the institution, the administration has no alternative but to suspend all plans for renovation. Accordingly, in the interest of maintaining minimal functionality, one of the primary safety switches required for the activation of the electroshock therapy room has been installed in isolation cell BO4. Effective immediately, cell BO4 is to be decommissioned as a holding cell and repurposed as a maintenance storage room. Staff are to refrain from placing any patients therein and must ensure the room remains accessible to authorized personnel only. Okay. Some good old electroshock therapy. What? How was a door break like that? What?
Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy. His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Treatment involves high doses of sedatives, potassium bromide or morphine, and a regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained.
I mean, it's just gotta be me. Like, why else would this be in the story? Also, it kind of does look like that says John. Like, I mean, there's definitely a J at the beginning of that name, but yeah. Oh, it's got the classic door squeak.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
We love a little bit of arson, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Whoa. Classic padded room. But is it a rubber room? Filled with rats?
Internal report. Patient B08. Miss Beatrice Marlin. Female, 28. Reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Myron presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy, self-cannibalism that has markedly compromised her physical integrity, and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
VTuber debut stream? I mean, we did that years ago. You gotta be on the underground streams to see some more potential cabbage tubing. I don't think you should have chains in a room like this for I'm gonna imagine we do this one. Oh, do they all reset? Or okay. Cold to warm. Oh, okay. Is it in this order? Well, I've only found 3 switches. Blue, yellow, green, red. Oh, wasn't this yellow? Okay. I feel like green's colder than... Where's that green switch at? It's an interesting sound effect. Oh, there's a green switch. Why was that so aggressive? That was like the most aggressive door opening I've ever seen.
This room gives me the shivers.
Gives you the shivers because you were here before. Oh, that's a lot to read. Patient transfer note. Patient B03. Transfer patient B03 to area M. Following several sessions of electroconvulsion therapy, the patient has shown significant improvement. Previous violent episodes have been entirely eradicated, and the patient now presents with a profound state of apathy, characterized by emotional detachment and a notable lack of response. His interactions are limited to monosyllabic utterances and no signs of aggression or emotional reaction. This behavior may be attributed to the intensification of treatment as well as a potential underlying psychological condition that we must continue to investigate. It's anticipated that, with continued observation, the patient will gradually regain the ability to communicate and exhibit emotional responses. However, the complexities of the case should be taken into consideration, along with the need for potential adjustments to his ongoing treatment. Given the control of the violent tendencies and the stabilization of his condition, it is deemed appropriate to transfer the patient to Area M, a less restricted environment. Though under strict supervision, close monitoring is recommended to assess any potential changes in behavior, with the possibility of further adjustments to his medication. Whoa. Oh my god. I gotta go hide.
I need to hide. Quickly. I can't hear it. The Could it be gone?
Jump scare. Oh. It wouldn't really funny if it just like jump scared and just stab you to death. I'm scared now. Ding. Oh, I don't have the code. We have the key. It's the what? Oh, east wing. Okay. Rather, there's another door over here. Beep, bop, boop. What's on it? Don't know. Okay, we got a staircase up. What's in this room? Ominous noise.
A maintenance uniform. Oddly well prepared. Not a speck of dust on it.
Westland Asylum. Matthew Garber. Maintenance. Mr. Garbage.
A cigarette case. With a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water. An apple. A bit of bread. The food's still fresh.
Whoa.
Looks like someone's been coming through here. Perhaps this is what Lady Margaret meant in her call. Or was she trying to warn me about something else?
We may never know. Well, at least we know there's no doctors here. Yeah, because there's an apple that keeps them away. We need a fifth thing for it.
I'd rather not go through there. Looks ready to cave in at any moment.
Ooh, a bathroom. Any poopers? Nope. Why did they get rid of my lantern?
Here it is. Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elodie and Walter's records. Wait. No, it can't be. There he is, in the photo. Dr. Sheridan in the center. And right next to him, it's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. I need to get to the library.
Okay.
Elodie's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Reason for admission. Miss Elodie Fortside was admitted to the asylum upon the directive of her mother, Lady Margaret Fortside, a notable benefactress of this institution. The patient exhibits a persistently low mood, a tendency toward social withdrawal, and recurrently negative thoughts. Lady Forsythe expressed concern over the risk of a patient engaging in self-harm behavior. Preliminary observation. During the initial evaluation, the patient displayed a withdrawn posture, delayed responses, and consistent avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling trapped in a constant state of oppression and described a persistent sense of unease, while she refrained from providing further detail. Her condition necessitates close observation and a progressive therapeutic approach to monitor and assess any changes. Hereby, the admission of Miss Forsythe to our institution is formally recorded. Detailed follow-up of progression shall be maintained. Okay.
Nothing of interest here. Strange. Elodie's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon.
Why the door closed behind me?
Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
Dr. Sheridan. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you have achieved with your recreational reading therapy. It's evident that the escapism and avenues offered by literary fiction have contributed significantly to alleviating the anxiety of our patients. However, I regret to inform you that one of your patients, Miss Elodie Forsythe, will no longer participate in the reading sessions, given that she is the daughter of the esteemed Miss Margaret Forsythe. I deem it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals whose questionable moral standing may have adverse effect of the delicate mind of the young lady. It is best that she be kept apart from such influence. Therefore, I am relieving you of any responsibility for her care, and I shall take over the management of Miss Elodie Forsythe. Treatment for the day forward. From this day forward, I have already communicated this decision to her mother, Lady Margaret. I trust you will understand the necessity for this change. Questionable morality? Don't make me laugh. Frederick, what truly eats away at you is the fear that those bad influences might actually be too good for her. What is it you truly aspire to? A seat among the nobility, perhaps? You're a pathetic hypocrite, consumed by your own ego. Whoa.
What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
The door opened again. Hello? Anyone just like break something? Whoa, I'm terrified. Oh my god. Whoa. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, we're climbing up here? So scary. Stairs. Whoa. Well, surgical theater. Dear Dr. Mulder, the books you requested are now available in the archive. You may pick them up at your convenience. Here's the new entry code, 89981. Okay, so the archive is 89981. Cool. Cool. Oh my god, chat. He's just standing there. Menacingly. Still there? Hey, can you open this? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Buddy, hey, buddy, hey. Okay. Come back later when you want to talk to me. Jeez, some people.
Impossible. Locked as well.
Imperishable. Is this the archive over here? I think it was. The archive. Whoa. Rorschach tests. Oh my god. You guys see anything cool in here? I see like a clown dog thing here. You guys see that? Am I going crazy? Today's code to open the key box. The moth. Key box. I'm supposed to choose all the ones that look like a moth. I mean, that's 4. I would say this is the most moth-like. See if there's anything else about what's going on here. For the psychology test, using the Rorschach inkblot test, we will use the following code to name the plates. This way the patient will not be able to obtain information about the evaluation unless their therapist deems it appropriate. Okay, so 4, so 00100. Okay, I was about to say, did they misspell mailroom? It's supposed to be M-A-I-L, but there's also a female room, so. Quick, get under the elevator. Oh my god. I'd like to go to A, please. A stands for all the way up. Ah, we don't have the key. Go down the 2. And suddenly, the man with the knife is nowhere to be seen. Whoa. Doop boop boop. Art therapy room. I turn around, he's behind me. Oh. Damn.
Patient recording, Elodie Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elodie, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elodie. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elodie, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please, but if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
Damn fool.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd really care that much in 1925 what the Doctor's doing. Like, times were different back then. I don't have any like codes. Oh, okay, maybe we go in here. Squeak. Cooking technology. Economics. Adventure fiction, health and wellness. The myth of psychology. In the shadows of forgotten myth lies the story of Psyche, the soul herself, driven by longing to reunite with her lost love, Cupid, also known as Eros. God of love, desire, and irresistible attraction, her path leads downward to the depths of the underworld. There she must retrieve a golden box said to contain a trace of Persephone's beauty. Persephone, goddess of spring and fertility, and yet also the somber queen of the dead. Psyche is warned, do not open the box. Still, hope is a dangerous thing. Perhaps she believed that a touch of divine beauty would make her worthy again in Cupid's eyes. Perhaps it was simply curiosity, the old companion of tragedy. She opens the box, but there is no beauty inside, only darkness. A deathly sleep seeps out, wrapping her in silence. Her body falls still, suspended between life and death, and so she enters the hidden kingdom, the realm of madness. Whoa. Is it important I read this note? Eternal note on patient organization and cataloging. For the swift and proper cataloging of patients, a system of labeling is employed in which each patient is assigned a number corresponding to the room they occupy. The passcode to access each patient's cell is the discharge number assigned upon admission. This number must be consulted in the administration's register and the individual patient records. Should a patient be transferred to another location within the institution, their cataloging will amend it according to the new room which they are assigned. Okay. So to open the doors, they are discharge numbers. Marine. Finally, patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, it takes a month to bring it back. When it's not him, it's that girl. I can't even imagine how many times they've read it. But there are other patients who have also requested it. I've made the decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden box. If anyone asks for it, it will be there. Okay, so it's going to be under... I mean, if it's two people like passing a book back and forth, what did that? Just been off the wall that way. That was weird. Probably passing notes back and forth then. Self-help. Is it just under psychology?
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
So maybe there wasn't a guy. Maybe it was just her imagination. When Captain Walter Brandon and his sloop is caught in the midst of a violent storm, it seems his fate is sealed, but by some miracle he manages to survive, clinging to a splintered spar from his wrecked vessel even. After enduring a long ordeal at sea, he washes ashore on a distant island, where he will live for many months and encounter no end of wild adventures. Last lone patient 1365. Okay. The Knife Man. Let's see. Can I see? The discharge numbers? Can I select the papers, or do I have to go in? I definitely found those before, but do I have to find them again? That's interesting. And one of these is a missing one, but do I even know what room number this is? I can find the discharge number, but I'm not gonna know which. That's the mail's room. Oh, maybe I need to read the other note again. I want to say her paper is down on the, like, the front desk. Maybe this was it? Date of discharge. Patient registration number 2564. Melody is 2564. Or 2546, rather. can open that. See one thing. On the second floor, you'll find the rooms for male patients and female patients. Area F. I don't think did I find that on the second floor? I don't know if I did. Try opening this again, see if I can open it from the side. Nope. Weird. Can I open this side? Nope. Pogs. I mean, this is 4. I mean, let's try 2546 and see if it works. I don't think it should, but yeah. It also might want like 0, 2546. Yeah, it's male's rooms. I need the female rooms. Where? They on the back side there? Can I climb up again? Nope, I gotta go. Wait, how do I get back up there? Oh, I opened the staircase down below, didn't I? Is there a discharge number on this? No. Yeah, we looked at before, but that we didn't have a green glow on it before. Weird. This is that floor. There's not a female ward, unless it's supposed to be like beyond what, like collapsed. On that one side. I don't recall seeing a different discharge number, but one in here? Hmm. Maybe I need to go back into the basement? I'm a little unsure where I need to go. Is there a discharge number for... You got down there? For BO3? Well, it would have been just the thing. I want to have a... It's about the patient. It doesn't have any... It doesn't have a discharge number. Hmm. I was like, can I just leave? Oh, someone covered this back up. Wow.
The Adventures of Walter Brandon,
Yep.
the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas.
Oh, he's patient.
Devil.
1365? Is that this discharge number? Okay, that's probably what it is then. It's probably what it is. let's see. Also interesting that his code is just everything shifted over in one step up. The last one.
A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel.
An old key.
The attic. Let's see where it leads.
Well, okay, why was that voice really quiet and completely different from every other voice line he said so far? Is that like a placeholder that never got replaced? Dear Walter, there's something about you that I cannot ignore. A quiet strength, resolve that feels unshakable. The thought of all you've endured fills me with a kind of admiration I can scarcely put into words. You're unlike anyone I've ever met, and yet, I wonder if you sense it too. Those stolen glances, the way time seems to pause when our eyes meet. Perhaps it's nothing, or perhaps it's everything. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the night watchman rarely checks the attics on weekends. Some evenings, during those quiet moments before we're all sent to bed, I like to slip away and wander up there. There's a peculiar stillness in that place, a kind of peace I find nowhere else. Tonight at 7 sharp, I think I might take one of those little walks. Perhaps I'll even find the calm even sweeter. Yours, Elodie.
Oh that hospital screen is positioned like the sail of a ship. Stella Maris. That was the name of the ship captained by Walter Brandon. This room is the room of a madman. The entire space is arranged as if it were the deck of a ship. Did that man truly come to believe he was a character in an adventure book?
So yeah, so we just take the elevator up again. To the attic. I think we've had this discussion a couple times before on the channel, but do you guys find attics or basements scarier? I know a lot of people say attics are scarier than basements, but I completely disagree. I think basements are infinitely more terrifying. Oh, someone got a haircut up here?
A pair of scissors and a comb. Elodie put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her ideal hero. Hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place.
Oh, he just didn't say the rest.
She remade patient 1365 in the image of her most secret longings.
She fixed him. Oh my god. It actually happened. Chat, she fixed him.
Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance, hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. An alarm clock. Most likely, they used it to slip back to the second floor before anyone noticed they were gone. Yet, for a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows, far from the eyes of doctors and nurses.
Whee! And I just completely destroyed my hands. Oh, sorry, I'm allergic to romance.
The room has been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elodie created Walter Brandon. A draft letter, scratched out and full of corrections.
My dearest Walter, do not worry. Everything is in place. I know it won't be easy, but it is crucial that you take the first step. Once they grant you your discharge, everything will change. I will be ready to follow you the moment you're out, in a safe place, far from here. When you speak with the doctors, I want you to repeat the words I've told you, with conviction, so they're the only thing that matters. The shadow is gone. It has vanished. You are now fully yourself once more. Tell them you regret everything that happened, that you cannot understand how you acted in such a way. Speak of how you found peace in reading, how you now wish to live more serenely, with purpose. Make them see that the shadow no longer exists, that the darkness has completely faded. They must believe you are free. I know this is not entirely true, but I am certain that with effort, you can control the shadow. You must do it for us, for what lies ahead. They do not see you as you are. They only see you as a mere piece in their game. You shall show them that they have no control over our fate. Once you are free, I shall request my discharge as well. My place will be with you, and together we shall make our way to the Bloomsbury Manor. I love you, and I know that soon we will be free. This will all be behind us, and everything we've dreamed of will begin to come true. With all my love, Elodie.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium. That man was desperately ill. But Elodie's selfishness outweighed what little sense she had. She pushed him too far.
Classic tale of women.
If I pieced this together correctly, that Walter was never really Walter at all. There was another personality. She called it the Shadow. A dominant, dangerous force that surfaced again and again in his life. The threads are beginning to unravel. But I need to see this through. What truly happened to Walter Brandon?
Dear Elodie, it's been some weeks since you requested a private session. As both your physician and your friend, I find myself troubled, unable to cast aside the thought of the solitude you spoke of these weeks past, solitude of which you have not since uttered a word. These days, burdened as I am with duty, I shall be confined to my office until late hours of the night. Should you at any moment feel the impulse or the need for company, do not hesitate to visit me. The code to enter my office is 39124. Write this down. Dr. Merler.
At the very least, it's highly inappropriate.
Am I calling back up with this? Oh. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Am I gonna get jump scared? By a shadowy man? No. They're gonna be up here waiting for me. Let's go wee. It's a weird collision right here.
Patient 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation. perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes and hands are covered in blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself. The personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow, though given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice, even his build and weight change quite drastically. Now he looks frail, gaunt, empty, as though there's nothing inside, as though he were but an empty shell, waiting to be occupied. His condition calls for far stricter supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dymphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the Shadow should ever wake again.
So it seems Walter came back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dymphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
The St. Dymphna's. The missing piece. The visit to the old sanatorium had left more questions than answers. Pieces didn't fit, scattered fragments of a puzzle missing its center. That one elusive detail, the thread that could unravel everything, remained just out of reach. Perhaps the modern hospital held the final clue, the last chance to shed light on the mystery still surrounding the death of Elodie Fordside.
That man returned to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him. Or maybe his mind shattered and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Elodie Fordside, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dymphna. I sensed that the end of the road was waiting for me in that place.
Alright, quick bathroom break, and then we will discover what's in St. Dymphna. St. Dymphna.
Can't very well saunter in through the front door as if nothing's amiss. I'll need to find another way in.
Why not? Well, man. I think having a giant hole in the staff-only door is probably not. That's strange and all. Okay, I guess we'll check out over here. This bench is broken. Luckily, this window just happened to be opened. And now I'm inside.
It's locked.
There's clearly a person on the other side of the door. Oh god, they're gonna find out I'm here. Annette, I've stored the copy of the dispensary keys you requested in the storage room file cabinet. Lisa. The swimming doctor. Oh, that's what we're reading on company time.
It's locked. The night shift nurses are behind this door. I need to find another way into the hallway to the rooms.
We're gonna answer the phone for them? Okay, that seems like a really horrible idea. And it's just gonna conveniently be the lady too, right? Oh, this phone? Nope. Wait, it's not ringing anymore? What? What key did I get? Oh, the store. Okay. To My Heart, a romance depicted by silver screen pictures. What? Okay, I could have just climbed over the desk. I don't think I need to move it.
John Morley and the Case of the Red Shoes.
Whoa, it's my book. It's me. Well, I think that's the bad guy, but 15 complete stories. I'm this guy. Oh, hey, what's up?
Lady Margaret.
Is this a Shutter Island situation?
That fateful night, I was startled by the noise. Those wretched cries of agony from dear Elodie. I rushed to her chambers, and there you stood, stained with the blood of the one soul I cherished above all others in this world. The housekeeper had warned me, but I turned a deaf ear. Elodie was finally happy, even amidst your incessant bouts of volatility. Yet, with the passage of time, your demeanor darkened. More and more frequently, that sinister presence lurking within you began to surface, each appearance more violent than the last. Elodie no longer gazed upon you with the starry-eyed affection of a smitten young woman. The atmosphere in this house grew suffocating, fraught with an unbearable tension. That very afternoon I spoke with her. She had resolved to end your engagement. You seemed, or so I dared hope, to have accepted it with grace. But that night, that very night, you ended her life in the most savage manner imaginable. I threw myself upon Elodie, desperate to save her. But alas, it was far too late. Months later, I learned you had returned voluntarily to the sanatorium. I sought answers and immersed myself in understanding the afflictions that plagued you. Dissociative identity disorder, they called it. A condition in which one might host multiple identities, each vying for dominion over the body. But the man confined in that bleak institution was not the shadow, not the fiend who had stolen my daughter. No, he was but the shell, the hapless vessel. And I yearned to find the true culprit, not the facade, the murderer himself. Thus I devised my plan. I came to visit you, and just as Elodie had done, I crafted a new role for you, a new identity to inhabit. I brought books, personal artifacts, penned letters as Penny. I leased an office and prepared every detail meticulously, down to the smallest thread, for your return as John Morley. Everything had to be flawless. And why, you may ask? To make you remember, to awaken the shadow, to summon forth the murderer from the abyss of your fractured mind. John Morley is a good man. Walter Brandon was a spirited young sailor, brimming with love for Elodie. But the shadow was a merciless, unrepentant killer. I wanted to destroy the murderer who had stolen my daughter. But I could never bring myself to harm an innocent man. My obsession, my singular purpose, was to awaken the shadow.
Alright, I mean, that's a funny ending. Damn. Got me. I'm dead. I'm dead now. Nah. Yeah, I mean, kind of the twists. That's all coming. So the dad had nothing to do with it, but yeah, you don't get a mystery game like this where you're not somehow involved directly into the story. Wasn't quite ready for a Shutter Island style twist, but you know, it's all right. Feels like a really convoluted way to set things up for her to do it, you know. I also feel like she wouldn't really have issues with just like killing you flat out. Like even if assuming this she could have just told me it was 1945, but to some degree, either the 1920s or 1940s. However long she waited for it. She waited like that long when I like just killed her daughter, like the only thing she had left in the world. I don't think she would have been so considerate to wait until the right persona came out to kill him. But, you know, definitely the last case. But wait, he could survive. She could have been a bad shot. Could have missed completely. I didn't get 2 achievements. Find Elodie's grave. Oh, I didn't do that. Try to leave without getting dressed. Oh, I didn't leave the beginning part. I mean, for what it was, it's okay. I don't remember much of their first game, Charon's Staircase, but it feels like I probably would have felt about the same way. Like, the story for what it is okay, right? It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's not, you know, bad. But the gameplay was still kind of leaving a lot to be desired. The puzzles themselves weren't too puzzly. It was basically find a key, find where key goes, find a code, find where code goes, read some notes along the way. I'm not saying the puzzles need to be like, you know, super puzzle game heavy, you know, Portal, Talos Principle kind of stuff, but like somewhere in between would be nice. Something that actually makes you think, makes you actually like feel like you're being a detective. That's the biggest issue with detective style games, is you never actually get to like be a detective. It's always just, I'm gonna read a note and then the character like makes assumptions and then stuff happens and it's over. I mean, he wasn't really a detective, but he somehow still had detective visions to some degree, which is a little weird. I guess that part just fully leaned into it and was capable of doing that. Or is that one of you have voxel graphics? That doesn't narrow down anything. I'm sorry. But that's also just not a thing against this game. It's just kind of against the genre. You know, other ones that come to mind are like The Sinking City, even like Murdered Soul Suspect, which is a very kind of similar vibe of solving a murder. You don't really get to do anything too big. Shadows of Doubt. Just thinking about. Yeah, I never actually played this. I didn't realize this was the detective game. Like, some have leaned a little bit more into it, of like piecing things together. I remember Observer like having to connect some dots and stuff, but overall it's just, I'd want a little bit more involved gameplay. Either just more puzzles, because I love puzzles. I'm a sucker for puzzles. The way I remember Charon's Staircase and the way I feel about this is it's, to boil it down, it should feel like an escape room game with a darkened atmosphere, solving a mystery and stuff, and it just doesn't. It's just like grabbing a key and finding where the key goes, sort of thing.